Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the second watch along of the weekend. It is Stormers taking on Ulster in Cape Town in sunny South Africa. Welcome along to the watch along. Hope you're all doing really, really well. I'm delighted to be joined by a special guest today. We'll get him in just a second. I do, though, want to, before we get into it and really talk about anything, some of you may have heard the really sad news this morning about G-Man. Gareth Mason, of course, had a YouTube channel dedicated to rugby. He sadly passed away last night. Someone who's really trailblazed the way for rugby on YouTube. So obviously my thoughts go out to his family and friends at this really difficult time. It's really, really sad to hear that news today. And yeah, as I said, thoughts and prayers go out to his family and friends and to his subscribers at this tough time. And we wish his family all the best in the rugby community, certainly here on YouTube. And I know the guy coming on in a second will also echo those words as well. So thoughts absolutely go out to him. So as I said, today it is Stormers against Ulster in Cape Town. And as I said, I do have a special guest. And just before I get him in, make sure to like the stream, subscribe if you're here on YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook or Twitch or Twitter. Make sure to, of course, hit that like button and follow. Let me welcome in my guest. It is, of course, Stephen Somerville from Stephen Somerville Irish Rugby. How you doing, mate? You well?
Yeah, Brandon, doing really good. Looking forward to this match. Yes, we've heard the news today, through the YouTube community of, Gareth Mason, South African fan, Sharks fan. He sadly passed away. I think we all knew since we've been sort of long term known about him on YouTube. We've kind of known that he was going for a really hard time, but that's life, unfortunately. And it's fortunate for me. It's unfortunate for me because I was hoping that whenever South Africa would have played Ireland in the November series, that I was hoping to get him on the channel for a preview, but that's not going to happen anymore. And it's really, really sad. I liked this content. I mean, he was a really wise, smart guy. He could have been a journalist. He did radio for like a while. He knew his stuff. No matter what size you are, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If you know your game, you know your game. And we lost a really great man who knows rugby today. And and my thoughts and prayers go out to his family and especially the community around the YouTube. It's really hard to take.
Yeah, absolutely, 100% agree with you, and absolutely well said. And as Stephen just said, our thoughts go out to his friends and family at this really difficult time. And let's have a chat then about this game. Ulster unbeaten in 7 coming into this one, but you've got to say the Stormers have been really impressed. And no side travelling to South Africa yet has managed to win in South Africa. What do you think that's down to? And do you think Ulster can change that today?
I mean, we sort of I think 6 months ago we were all talking about how, oh my goodness, what are these South African teams doing in terms of like is there even competitiveness in the league, or is there even a gap between Leinster and Ulster and the Munster and the South African teams? We found that out in the last few weeks. I think I remember watching those Munster games a wee bit, going down to the Lions and I think it was the Bulls. Munster came up short. That's I think it's taking a toll now where. And the begs the question, Brandon, and this relevance to you and the Ospreys as well, is it the case of these teams going to South Africa, whatever comes into play? Because whenever you're playing in South Africa, it's different. It's really hard for Northern Hemisphere teams to go down there and play. Wherever the South African teams come up here, they find it similar. Is that something that we need to be more aware of? And is it something to improve on? Like, I don't know how you feel, Brandon, about that. I mean, it's I think from my perspective, it's kind of good to see a bit of competitiveness, but if we want to improve, going to South Africa and winning is not the priority. Like that's where I stand. I mean, it's really, really hard, especially when I see Ulster going to Stormers today. Like I'm right on the fact that Stormers could do something on us today. I'm actually the first time kind of nervous for this one.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with you. At the start, as you said, the South African side seemed to struggle, although the Sharks found a way to beat us at home, which is always good fun. But as we saw last night, the Lions considered the weakest of the South African teams, and they stepped up massively last night. And to be honest, I think 45-15 was kind for the Ospreys, if I'm being totally honest, considering the way we played in that game and how good they were. So I think it's really good that they're competitive. As you say, though, the altitude, I do believe, is an issue for these teams going out there. It's difficult to play out in South Africa. But I've been really impressed by them over the last few weeks. But what will be interesting is when, like, Ulster have travelled out, but there's still a lot of internationals who have not travelled out. Balogun, I don't think's there. James Hume isn't there. Players like that. So it'll be interesting. Next season, we'll probably see it when teams travel out with full strength squads, how they get on in South Africa. And let's have a quick look at some of your comments. Mark was here first. Hope you're doing well, Mark. Richard's here as well. Half time in that England game, England 38, Scotland 5. We'll also keep an eye out on the Scarlet Zebra game, which is also kicking off at 1 o'clock as well. This game is on Premier Sports here in the UK. What's it on over where you guys are? Is it also on Premier Sports?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Premier Sports, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Premier Sports. I assume it's on Super Sport out in South Africa, but I could be wrong on that.
Sure. They are because whenever Premier Sports brought the interview between Joe Vermeulen and Nathan Doak, they were being interviewed via the South African TV link, so the Premier Sports had to put that up. So it's being South Africa.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is just a commentary, folks. Not allowed to show the actual game, but we commentate on the game, have our thoughts and chat about everything. I don't know if there's any way you can get it for free, I'm afraid. I'm sure you can find a stream somewhere, but we won't get into that too much. Let's have a look then at the games that are happening this week. So last night we had 2 games with the Lions beating the Ospreys by 45 points to 15. Munster also managed to beat Benetton Today we have the Stormers taking on Ulster, which is obviously the game we're focusing, but we'll also keep an eye on Zebra against Scarlet. Well, then we have the Sharks taking on Edinburgh. Later on, we have the Bulls taking on the Dragons. We have Cardiff taking on Glasgow. And we have Connacht taking on Leinster. And let's have a look at the Stormers team. We'll go to the Stormers team, then we'll go to the Ulster team, and we'll get your thoughts on it, Stephen, and what you make of the team selection. This is the team that the Stormers have decided to go with. You can let me know your thoughts in the chat, of course. Starting then with the fullback, Warren Gallant plays at fullback with Sibello Senati playing on the wing alongside Leonie Zas. In the centres, Ruan Nell plays alongside Damien Wilhelms. And at 10, we have Manny Lebock, who's had a really impressive season, and Paul Devet comes in at 9. Stephen Kitsoff is the captain in the front row alongside Chad Solomon and Franz Malherbe. Audrey Smith and Marvin Orey are in the locks with Dion Forey, Ernst Van Ryn and Evan Ross. Completing the back row. The bench there, JJ Kutzer, Brock Harris, Neithling Fouche, Connor Evans, Hachivi Diamini, Junior Pocamella, Herschel Yantes and Rikus Pretorius. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on that one. We'll head over to Ulster. This is how they line up. Of course, Stephen, you can tell me a bit about the team. Starting at fullback then, Mike Lowry starts at fullback with Craig Gilroy and Rob Little playing on the wing. Stuart McCluskey's at 12 alongside Stuart Moore, who's back playing after so long out with injury, so good to see him back. Billy Burns at 10. John Cooney gets a start at 9 in front of Nathan Doak. In the front row then, Eric Sullivan. Rob Herring is back in Cape Town. Of course, that's where he was born, alongside Marty Moore. Alan O'Connor is captain at 4 alongside Kieran Treadwell. Greg Jones, Marcus Rea, and World Cup South African winner Duan Vermeulen is at 8. Excited to see how he gets on. Leaving Stewart, Milicinovic, Murphy, Marshall, Reed, Carney, Shanahan, and Ethan McElroy. What do you make of that team, Stephen? You fairly happy with it?
I think it's the best. I think it's the best we can put out, to be fair. And I'm a bit. I don't know why. Nathan Doak. I never know Nathan Doak has travelled with the squad. I think he must have picked up a very, very late knock because you see Dave Shanahan on the bench there. John Cooney's come back into number 9. I think that saving Nathan Doak for a bit of cautionary for next week. We'll just have to wait and see about that. But I think it's the best we can go for. You can have Jordy Murphy coming off the bench if needs be. As well. You've got Luke Marshall, number 22. He's coming back from a very, very long injury, and he's played very, very rarely for the past few years. And I think that hopefully this is the opportunity for Luke Marshall to probably kick on now, because we need that centre options. Because when you see Stuart Moore and Stuart McCluskey in there, no James Humes there, so big game for Stuart Moore. The Ulster squad is definitely the best we can do. There's no doubt about it. I think we've picked a really, really strong squad to go to South Africa, and it's going to be a big test for Ulster, because you look at when you pull up the Stormers team, they've nearly gotten their internationals back, and this is where it all kicks off now, in my opinion. What football's doing, because in terms of what's going on in relegation, promotions, what have you around the world, this is really gonna take off now in terms of if he gets a promotion, or if he gets a playoff, if he gets a home playoff. But no matter, because I know Colin Leinster is going to be a big one if also get through this, which we have to get through this game first. But like I said, after looking at the Stormers team and looking how they've been doing for the past few weeks, I'm feeling a bit nervous today, because this is the first time, and the Stormers have picked a really, really strong squad, and Ulster have played about the best we got. There's no doubt about it. I can't really blame that.
Exactly. The weather down in South Africa looks absolutely beautiful. I mean, the weather's pretty great here in North Wales as well, and across the UK and Ireland as well. So we're all set for the game here. If you're just joining us, this is just really a commentary as we go along, and we'll chat about all things Irish and South African rugby along the way. Probably chat about everything. So make sure to stick around. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'll drop a link to Stephen's channel. There is a link in the description now anyway, so if you want to head over there to subscribe as well, you can do that as well. Predictions for this one then. GHB thinks Stormers going to win, but it's going to be really close. How are you feeling, Stephen, as an Ulster man?
Something similar.
It's a big game, isn't it? It's a really big game.
It is, and Ulster trying to get to that number 1 spot. Leinster are ahead of them. That win for Ulster against Leinster a few weeks ago at Ravenhill was crucial into how the season's going to go. for us now, we have to get past the Stormers first and not focus on this Conor Leinster game. The Leinster's team have put out is similar to what was put out at Ravenhill. So the Leinster haven't really got their internationals back for some reason. I don't know why, but Connacht have picked a really sort of near their strongest team. So I think it's the perfect opportunity. If now we need to get past the Stormers first for Ulster, that's why it's a very, very big game for Ulster. So get past all the Stormers today, hopefully, and then I can focus on at 7:30 because I know that's a big opportunity that also will need to look at. And but like I said, a prediction, I think it's going to be 32 points to 29 to the Stormers. I'm sorry.
Oh, really?
And,
okay, interesting.
My first prediction lost, but I hope it doesn't go that way. But I think it's going to be really competitive. I think that's what the league wants. I think that's what the league needs. The South African teams need to compete, alongside these big sides, and Leinster hopefully give Leinster a match, eventually down the line. But let's get on.
Absolutely, yeah. I think it's going to be really close as well. I think it's going to be interesting to see how Ulster adapt to the altitude, to the temperature, to everything like that. It's going to be a really physical game. I'm going to back Ulster to win by 2 points. I don't think it'll be quite as high scoring as you're suggesting. I'm going to say 26-24 to Ulster, even though I'm wearing the South African jersey today. But there we go. But the Stormers are coming out. We'll try and match our times together so that we're watching the game at the same time. We'll try and go through that together.
Let's go. I was just going to say, look, it's a really good support today from the Stormers fans coming out. You know what I mean? It's a very, very big stadium.
In comparison to last night with the Lions, where there was hardly anyone there. Yeah, that was quite an interesting one. Sean says Leinster giving some of their internationals a week off. They'll probably come back from Munster. Yeah, some big games next week, aren't there? Across, and then we'll have some Welsh derbies on the way very, very soon as well. Munster are out, and so the Stormers. The referee today is Gianluca Canecchi from Italy, and the TMO is Quinton Ilmerman as well. So we have a few.
Ulster, I'm sorry to let you know. Ulster kicked off on my TV. Just let you know, Brandon, if you're back.
Okay, I haven't kicked off yet. I'll let you know when I'm kicking off.
So I'll pause it at 18 seconds.
Okay, cool. I'll let you know. We're just waiting here. But that is the beauty of live technology. Right, I am literally just about to kick off now. Right, Billy Burns has kicked it off, and I'll let you know. I'll give you a countdown from 5 seconds to let you know.
The official countdown. Yeah, the official
5,
countdown.
4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. 18 seconds.
Good.
Perfect. So Stormers with the ball just outside their own 22.
Come on, Ulster. Come on.
For them to clear. What's important for Ulster? Do you think the first 20 minutes might be a shock to the system with playing in South Africa?
I mean, it's a big test. I think because I haven't seen it yet. I've only seen Ulster go to Southern Kings and Cheetahs. I think Ulster have gone to the Cheetahs, and I think that the history there they've lost. They've only won it in Southern Kings, in my opinion. I don't know. I don't know if Ulster did go to the Cheetahs and win there, but. Stormers is a step up, and these next 10 minutes are going to be crucial, in my opinion, or 15.
Yeah, absolutely. Ulster starting pretty well here, spreading the ball about up to the 10-metre line now. Good quick ball as well.
Oh, yeah.
Billy Burns, nice. Dwayne Vermeulen's first touch of the ball.
I was just going to say, whenever John Cooney was on the bench against Leinster, whenever Nathan Doak started, I thought that the balls were slow and were kind of moving a bit slowly. That's not to play down Nathan Doak. I think he's still got a lot to learn, but I think John Cooney kind of helps that whenever he's starting, he gets the ball moving faster and helps Ulster move more forward to the line. So, I think if he can move, that's what we need now, especially coming up now. I think going forward, that's not playing Nathan Doak down, but I think having John Cooney on the side is really crucial.
Yeah, absolutely. Ulster here on the halfway line, not really going anywhere. Decent defence from the Stormers, and it looks like this will be sent up by Billy Burns, which it is. And knocked on, I think, by Ulster. So advantage here. No, okay, gone back.
They're in here. Oh my goodness!
Straight through the middle. What options has he got? Has he got options left and right into the centre to the scrum half? Has he got the pace to get there? And he has. And Stormers score early on here. Just about 2 and a bit minutes on the clock here, and one easy break from the Stormers, and it's a very, very simple finish. And the Stormers lead here by 5 points to 0. Paul Devet getting the try there.
Oh, bro.
A little bit easy to break through the middle there, wasn't it?
what the heck is that? That's sloppy, defending from most of them.
Yeah,
Like,
John Cooney's missed the tackle as well, hasn't he?
yeah, like
He's got to make that tackle.
I've got a bad feeling about this now. I've got a
Mm.
really bad feeling about this as an Ulster perspective, because look at the way Stormers just broke through in the first minute.
Yeah. I think, if Cooney makes that tackle, that never happens. You've got to give credit to the Stormers, though. Really good support line from Paul de Vet, the scrum half there. But again, you want to settle into a game, especially playing in South Africa for the first time this season. You really want to settle into the game. Here's the chance for the conversion for Libok. A chance to give Stormers.
The reason why I think it's about... Actually, I just want to say the reason why I think it's a bad feeling is because the Ulster tend to do this, quite a wee bit. Whenever teams sort of break through in the first, say, maybe 2 or 1 minute, Ulster kind of struggle to sort of get back into that. So that now is the big test, especially in those weather conditions. Like Stormers broke through it, really made a great breakthrough, especially when like John Cooney should have done more there to make the tackle, but we can't do anything about it. Also, we just gotta head back now.
Yeah, absolutely. You felt though, like at the start there, when Ulster were going through the phases, it looked quite comfortable for them. The minute they kicked loose, though, the Stormers just so quickly just reacted and went and played. But Billy Burns gets us back underway.
Yes.
And trying to hold the man up. I think they've managed to nearly steal that, have they? Or is it still there for the Stormers?
It's still there for the Stormers, with us.
Still just about there, yeah.
Billy Burns needs a big game. He's been doing really good for the past few games as an Ulster perspective. He needs to show, in the session, these big games coming up, that he can take that leadership in the fly half.
Absolutely. Let's have a quick look at some of your comments. Andrew Warren, hope you're doing well. Let's go Stormers from South Africa. Loving the jersey. That's a rep today for the Stormers. Stormers need to put the points and pressure on early. Ulster's a great team. Only of the few teams, I think, that can really win in South Africa. So it'll be interesting to see. We saw Mike Lowry with the ball in hand there. How important do you think he could be today? Because I love Mike Lowry. I think he's a fantastic player.
I mean, it's important. It's really crucial how he dictates the game at 15, because I think he's played fly half in the past, but he's going to use that fullback position, and they've been comparing him to the Irish Colby, but you can't get your hopes on that, because look at you, Keenan, not playing for 15. I think it's crucial for Michael Lowry that he needs to get as much ball as he can to show his pace against the likes when he did against Northampton to qualify for Europe. So he needs that sort of thing to help us get over the line.
Yeah, absolutely. Line out here to the Stormers just inside the 22, so a decent chance to maybe set up the driving maul. They get it out straight away into the centres. Ulster really need to hold them out here, you feel, for only 5.5 minutes gone already.
Oh no, here we go. Look at that pace from the Stormers. Oh my goodness. Look at that pace.
Again, another missed tackle though, which really should not be happening. There's no chance here. Has he got there? Has he just been held out? I think he has.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, good tackle. Really good tackle there.
Oh my goodness. Look at the Stormers. This is just...
They're just so quick and powerful, aren't they? Kitchoff carries. Good tackle by McCluskey though. There's space out wide, you feel, if they can get it out there.
Oh, wow.
Here, outside ball, and it's another try for the Stormers, and really, it's a little bit too easy if we're being totally honest.
Fuck me.
Ulster.
Sorry my language, by the way, but...
No, go for it. Say whatever you want. But still, just too easy there. Zass in the corner, scoring for the Stormers. Looking at that, was there much Ulster could have done, or was it just the power and speed of Stormers, do you think?
It's that power, man. I've never seen anything like this in the first 5 minutes, mate. This is just... Oh, my... The other teams need to get wake-up calls. This is just seriously... Like, if you look at the Stormers right now, they could literally destroy Leinster in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, the speed of ball and just the awareness of who was out there. And though I didn't feel like there's anything particular that Ulster did wrong. There's 1 or 2 missed tackles, which if they got, maybe to help. But I don't think there's all that much that, to be honest, Ulster could have done. But chance for Libok to add the 2 points. I mean, 2 early scores here is really, really difficult to say.
Now it's making 14 points now for Stormers.
Yeah. So big kick this, you feel, already in the game. It's nearly 7.5 minutes on the clock, and the conversion is added straight to the points.
But you see why I told you at the start, before we started again, I was really, really nervous about this.
Yeah.
Because
from an Ulster perspective, then, is it just try and have a bit of possession of the ball? Is that what the plan is now? What do you think needs to change?
I guess so. You can't let Stormers do that again. Like, you can Ulster could literally just kick off now and give it back to Stormers, and Stormers could literally just get another penalty and do the same thing. Ulster can't let that happen, and then you're out. Then it's probably the end of the game, in my opinion. You can't see Ulster coming back from this situation. We're really getting away. I think the league.
I think they need to get the next score. I think they need to get the next score, even if that's a penalty. Just get something on the board, get going, and see what you can do. Chance here though for Ulster to have a little bit of possession just inside the Stormers' half. Yeah. You just got to remain calm here. Just be patient. Go through the phases. Step inside from Billy Burns. He needs support though.
Oh yeah, but
I thought Stormers were offside there.
Yeah, but
John Cooney.
But look, the Stormers are really just pulling them back.
Yeah,
they're just around Ulster right now.
Yeah, and it looks like John Cooney's going to send this one up. We'll see what runners he's got. He sends it up.
Okay.
Bounces. Who's going to jump into it? It does drop to Stormers though, and they will clear it downfield. Chance here for Mike Lowry. What can he do?
Get the space, Larry. Come on, Michael. Get the space.
Passes it out wide. Slips.
And the penalty.
And penalty to the Stormers, though, at the breakdown. That slip didn't help, and a chance for the Stormers to clear it downfield. A little bit of argy-bargy going on. But again, it looks like Ulster struggling to find a way to break down the Stormers so far. Really struggling to break.
Some of these teams like Ulster are getting a reality check going down to South Africa, and especially in these circumstances. You know what I mean? This is it's what the league's needed, but happy for me.
Not enjoyable. It's not enjoyable. Let me tell you, last night was a painful watch as an Ospreys fan. It was a painful watch.
I saw that. But
just a slip there. Not all that much he could have done there, to be honest.
But a weak slip, in my opinion. But what could he do? He just slipped.
Yeah. So line out here to the Stormers on the 22.
I'll probably just call it now. I think the Stormers are going to get another try here.
We'll have to wait and see. Inside ball, good tackle. Just outside the 22 here, though. You do feel like Ulster need to hold them out. Oh, has he got over that ball? Has he turned it over? Not quite. Kicks off, just about holds on to it. Stormers still only outside the 22 here. Ulster doing, fairly comfortable defence for them here. Ball comes wide. They look for the cross kick. Who's there? And it's really comfortable. Really comfortable.
He just kicked it there, Greg. Go right back to South Africa. What the heck?
And he's going to...
And they kick it again.
It's a hell of a kick if it's going to bounce out. No, it's going to go all the way.
Leave it.
And there we go. Mike Lowry will get us back going. Andrew Warren says the game isn't over yet, gents. Anything can happen. I think
who knows?
If Ulster are to get the next score, then they're in the game. But you think a Stormers score again. The thing that worries me about Ulster is they haven't looked like breaking down the Stormers yet. They do have a scrum on the halfway line, and you'd hope they have some attacking plan here. Something Wales didn't have during the Six Nations. I'm sure we'll chat about the Six Nations, and we'll keep an eye out on the women's games as well that have been taking place today, and see what's happening with them.
Who's this? Craig Jones is I think that's Craig Jones.
He's just getting a little bit of treatment. The fans enjoying themselves in the sun in South Africa.
Oh yeah. I don't know what. It's good to see that them fans back in the stadium in South Africa. Because I heard there was a period of time in South Africa where they didn't allow fans back in.
Yeah.
You have to feel happy for them.
Absolutely. An interesting name, SpongeBob's Trusty Party Wagon. Stormers are strong, but it's early in the game. Come on, boys. It is early on, isn't it? It's early in the game, and so we're gonna have to wait and see. But chance here for Ulster though. They can get, first scrum of the game. I don't know if you watched the Ospreys game last night, but our scrum got bullied so much by the Lions. Absolutely.
I saw the score, but I didn't watch the game. But I could tell how the Lions was just having a field day against Ospreys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they battered us. It was awful. It was awful. So players getting a little bit of treatment here. Let's chat about the Six Nations quickly. What did you make of it from an Irish perspective? We spoke a bit about it on the fan forum, didn't we? But happy on the whole with the Six Nations for Ireland?
Yeah, I think I'm happy. I think that's fair to say. Like, I think for me, if we were to win a Grand Slam, say, I would have took that as really well done, really well done. I probably would have celebrated like mad. But then I would have realized that, you know, there's a World Cup coming up in 2023. We have to target that World Cup in France because Ireland have got Scotland, South Africa in their pool stages. Right, that's a really tough pool, and then you have the prospect of facing France or New Zealand in the quarterfinal, and France got the home advantage, so that makes it even more harder. So I think Ireland going forward, they can maybe try. If they were to win a Six Nations, I'd be happy. I would want Ireland to sort of do it. Ulster in here.
Oh, lovely, Michael Lowry! So to go push you.
What a run by Lowry. What a
First
run.
time we've seen Ulster attack well.
Fucking mate, about time.
Michael Lowry with a lovely dummy and step inside. Here come Ulster for the first time.
Wow.
In the 22 here. Oh, has it gone backwards? It has. So they'll keep going here. About less than 10 metres now. Turned over by the Stormers. But still, Michael Lowry there out of nowhere off the scrum. And it seems when Ulster get the chance to run with ball in hand, and have a bit of space, they are very dangerous.
That's at least even also listen, you can look and see what Michael Lowry's doing against a team like the Stormers. You know what I mean? That's a really physical side. Like, I don't know, I think Michael Lowry's definitely going to be the backup to Hugo Keenan. I think that's really good depth. But like I was saying, you know, about Ireland going forward, every win would be really good. But just say in your post match that, look, this is just we're really happy to get the win, but the next day we will focus on the next match. We will focus on the next match, unlike overtime. So that's what the Orange will have to do, in my opinion, going forward. But just don't take your eye off the pedal and try to get past the quarter-final of World Cup, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure we'll chat about the shit show that is Wales at the minute. Some of the other comments, Ulster need to settle. Ulster really struggling with the heat and the insanely nimble Stormers backs. What the hell happened to the Ospreys? Just woeful, really. And I thought the Lions just battered us up front and they won the battles in the front row. Scrum couldn't settle. And I've got to say that just dreadful from an Ospreys point of view. Players missing tackles here and there. You got to credit the Lions. Lions were very good. The Stormers have a much stronger scrum than the Lions. I thought Ulster's scrum held up pretty well there. Lions are weak, but they battered Ospreys. Yep, thanks for reminding me. Cheers.
Okay.
And I do agree in there. Another penalty at the breakdown there for the Stormers, so chance for them to send it down. It does feel, though, like over the last less than 5 minutes, maybe 3-4 minutes, that Ulster have settled a little bit into this game.
I think they have kind of maybe settled a wee bit, but the fact is that you get away another penalty there to the Stormers, and they've gone in position maybe to break through for a try. Also, if they're really going to settle in, you have to defend this. You have to just defend as well, and maybe hopefully turn it over.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, is that not straight?
Not straight, no. So scrum to Ulster.
Okay.
A chance for them to reset. Here, let's have a look at some more of your comments. I like the Ospreys. I support them if the Stormers ain't playing against them. I like the Ospreys as well, but they frustrate the hell out of me, honestly. They frustrate the hell out of me. I'm trying to work out how only Munster seem to keep up with the South Africans because all the other teams are getting dominated at the minute. I think the big thing to remember, though, is that these South African teams basically have their starting 15, their best team available on the pitch, while the other sides going to South Africa, a lot of their internationals are still, not out there. We've seen that for the Ospreys, the likes of Alan Wynne-Jones hasn't travelled out yet. The likes of, who else would be there? Owen Watkin hasn't travelled out yet, so we're waiting for them to travel out there. And for Ulster, the likes of Balakoon, the likes of James Hume hasn't travelled out there. So we're waiting to see them back again.
Anyway, Ulster are here. Oh, wow, what a tackle from the Stormers. What a tackle. They're really putting Ulster back here. They can make a few breaks here, but Oh,
No, Cooney's going to box kick this, away. I do feel like Ulster settled into the game a little bit. That first 8 minutes was too frantic, really, for Ulster, you'd have to say.
Yeah, I know. But like people said, the heat wave is just massive, and that's a major.
Yeah. I mean, it's 25 degrees. It's 25 degrees out there, out in South Africa at the minute. So, I mean, the pitch is taking a bit of a battering. Just shows, I think, how dry the pitch is. A penalty here, though, to Ulster. Sorry, I think it was a knock-on. Sorry, so scrum to Ulster. We saw from their last scrum what they could do. So let's see if we can get something similar.
Hope so. I mean, that's right. Jeremy Vermeulen's on the pitch. I keep forgetting that. He's playing against like the Stormers team, and at the moment, he's going to have to take this game by a scruff of the neck. He's our star player.
Yeah, what we want to see with him is peeling off the back of the scrum, ball in one hand and charging at the defence. That's what we want to see.
Well, here we go. We'll just scrum here, and let's see how. Well, that's why to see how he does it.
So just next to the 10-metre line, right in the middle of the park. So plenty of options here for Ulster. The first scrum held up pretty well, and this scrum looks like it's pretty solid as well. Cooney gets it out, fires it out. Half a break almost.
These South Africans are making big tackles.
They are, they push you back. Balls come out on the other side, but it will be a penalty to Ulster. What are you thinking here? You take the points, or are you sticking this in the corner?
Yes, take the points. I think you have to take some points, I think. Because, it gets you back into the game, and it gives you the confidence that if you get most points on the board, you can get back into the game.
Absolutely. Let's have a look at some more of your comments. Lots of comments today. Thank you for joining, by the way. If you enjoyed, hit the like and subscribe. And they've gone to the corner. Do you think that's because they are 14-0 down? Are you surprised that they haven't?
Yeah, I would have kicked, but I think I see why they're doing it right now. If you're 14 points down, you have to get more points on the board.
Yeah, absolutely. So line out is a very good kick. 5 meters out. We'll get to your comments after this phase of play, but a really good opportunity here for Ulster. I mean, if Ulster score here, we got a game on our hands.
Greg Jones going off.
Yeah, Greg Jones. He had a problem with his hand, didn't he? I think that might be it for him.
Go on. Come on, Ulster.
It looks good. It looks very good.
Come on, Ulster. Get back.
A metre short now.
Come on.
Going forward. Still going forward. Surely this has to be a try.
Held up. Go on.
Held up. But advantage here to Ulster. So free play for them. Billy Burns sticks it through the gap. They knew they had the penalty anyway. You sticking this in the corner again?
Yes, I think so, yes. You have to.
Yeah. That was very impressive, that driving maul there.
It was. They could have gone over, but they just fuck me. That defense from Stormers was just massive.
Yeah, absolutely. So line outs again, stuck in the corner. Rob Herring will throw it in again. And as we said, try here. Try here. So Murphy's on for Jones, by the way. That change.
I think they'll move Marcus Red to 6 now.
Yeah.
Go on.
Ulster coming forward, trying to stay in field.
Sir McCluskey.
McCluskey's caught it. It's still there, though, here for Ulster. If they can get it wide, another advantage here. The ref will have to have a word if they don't score.
Come on.
Kitsoff trying to turn it over. He's not able to get back. 5 meters short here.
Come on.
Wide. They still have the advantage. Mike Lowry spreads it out wide.
It's just going nowhere.
Still playing the advantage here, though. Rob Herring carries 5 meters out.
Come on. Penalty again.
And no advantage. So a comeback for penalty. I think the ref has to have a word here with the Stormers and say that's 2 penalties in silly areas.
Yeah. They have to.
Yeah. Right, let's quickly have a look through some of your comments. So many I've missed. Sorry. Let's have a look. Lots of our main players injured at the minute and a lot playing against us. for the European teams. To be honest, like round 2, Stormers was 15-0 to Stormers, but at the end it was 34-18 to Munster. Hume, Badacombe and Lowry have to be on the plane for New Zealand, surely.
Oh,
What do you make of that, Stephen? Them 3 got to go?
Oh yeah, definitely. You need to get them game time, especially in the summer tour when the likes of Sexton need to have a break. You know what I mean? He's going to be playing on rugby, so especially like the Hugo Kane, they're going to be playing on rugby. So give the likes of Michael Lowry the chance because he's capable. They're all capable of doing it. They're all capable of doing
absolutely.
it.
Ulster here off the driving more. Then ball is still there for them, 2 meters short. Billy Burns goes alone.
Come on, Ulster, go in there.
Need a big run here. Goes the line, and Ulster have finally scored, and after some good hard work for them, they finally score here. It is Marty Moore who has crashed over for Ulster. And Ulster finally get there. Pleased with that? That was good patience, wasn't it, from Ulster?
Oh yeah, right. Because I'm not surprised. I'm surprised how Marty Moore's not even in the Irish squad. Yeah, I think Marty Moore's probably the best after Furlong, in my opinion, in terms of how he's been playing. So, that's crucial how Ulster get that try and get back into the game like that. Because we're definitely going to need it.
Yeah, absolutely. So chance to add the 2. I'm sure Cooney will be stepping up here, and we'll have a look how he does. Most of our Springbok players playing for Northern Hemisphere teams, that is true as well. There's so much motivation for Evan Roos to show that Duanda is next in line for Springboks. He's an exciting young player. I live in Cape Town. At Stormers Day, I had a ticket, but I didn't go for you to get vaccinated. That's your choice, obviously. When have you seen Vermeulen driven back in that capacity? The physicality from the Stormers, from all the South African teams, we knew they were going to bring that, but it's been very, very impressive. Evan should have the number 8 position, in my opinion. I hope Ulster make a good game of this. We want tight games. Do you think Ulster will keep their Ireland players in Ireland for the Toulouse game the week later, or do you think they will look to travel out? What do you think, Stephen?
In my opinion, I think that they will come back for the Toulouse game yet because of it's the European Cup. I'll be surprised if someone will come back next week, even.
Yeah, absolutely. Folks, if you are just joining us, by the way, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll drop a link to Stephen's channel in the chat, of course, throughout the afternoon. You can get your thoughts in the chat as well, and of course, follow the socials linked down below. 7 points to 14. Stormers leading, but you got to give credit here to Ulster, who have bounced back well in this last, I'd say probably like 10 minutes or so. 23 minutes and a bit on the clock. How are you feeling now about the game, Stephen?
Oh, it's good. It's important to get that try. I think it's crucial that we need to get the next one because I feel like the Stormers have got that bit of power to get another try. You know what I mean? They could get the ball back and get another penalty and just do the business. So I think it's also for crucial that we can't let that happen.
Yeah, absolutely. So Ulster with the ball just outside the 22, and it does feel like Ulster have settled into the game after a crazy opening 10 minutes or so for them.
Yeah.
It's going to be a line out here, I think, to the Stormers. Yeah. Oh, to Ulster, I think it's been given to, which is a little bit surprising. At the time, the entire Stormers team was a Springbok, but shows all of the players get bored. And also, I think it's good to see players, going abroad and experiencing playing abroad. How do you feel about players? Let's say there's an Irish player who was not really getting the game time, went and played in France or went and played in England. Would you be happy for them to be part of the national team, or would you rather see the players playing in Ireland? How do you feel about it?
I don't know. Well, exception of the likes of Bundiaki and James Lowe. Apart from that, going forward, I'd rather have it all Irish, in my opinion. I just keep it like the same. Like you don't want to become the Premier League, but that's not to say players can come back and in terms of playing for the club anyway. It's different in rugby. I don't think you can let foreign players just come over to the countries and play while playing for your actual national team. So I'd rather just keep it like neutral.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think here in Wales, we've obviously got this Gatland's law thing, and it's been an interesting experiment, but I am of the opinion that letting players go in abroad, playing potentially in better leagues and playing certainly different styles of rugby massively benefits them. Ulster just about get their line out back there. Yeah. But 25 minutes gone in this one. Ulster 7, Stormers 14.
That's right. So
Cooney's going to look to clear this one.
Managed to get him back to Ulster.
Somehow he's gone back to Ulster, but then he is pushed into touch. Let's have a look at some more of your comments. Nice try for Ulster. It was a great finish for Ulster. How Munster still top 3? The Six Nations screwed them a bit. The Lions and the Bulls. Munster are Munster historically have just been such a strong team, haven't they? And a lot of their players this year have really stepped up. I'd say Munster are quite similar in style to the way that they play to the South African side. It's just big pack, very, very physical. Ulster like to run a lot more, don't they? 2 weeks till the Champions Cup. That's all I'm looking forward to. Well, you got Toulouse, which is probably that the toughest game that you could have got? Do you think?
I think if you look at Toulouse on the table, but that's not to say if they're they're 9th or 8th. But they've got most of their French team that play in the Six Nations are going to come back and play with Toulouse. That's going to be so hard that first leg. We're going away, and then we got the home. Then we got the home tie after that. So it's important that first leg that we need to get as much points on the board to keep it all similar and to keep it all tight and not let Toulouse sort of run away with it. That's what I'm kind of nervous about that, to be fair.
Yeah, it should be a great game. We'll try and do as many games as we can here on the channel. Penalty though to the Stormers. Again at the breakdown, Ulster being penalised, really, really struggling in that area. And this would be an easy 3 if they want to take it.
I think they will take it.
Yeah, I think so as well. Just open that gap a little bit. Again, Mike Lowry actually does really well to get the high ball, but then the support for him is just not good enough, is it?
No, it really isn't. And it's just.
And they are going to take the 3, so we'll see how they get on. Let's have a look at some more of your comments. Hey, Carrick and you were brilliant on the fan forum. Don't forget, folks, we are going to do one again, probably at the end of the URC season, and then you can have your say on the clubs. European teams ban or best players has been something we haven't been happy for a while. I hope us competing in the URC will change things so we can keep our best players at home. It'll be interesting to see how much an impact that does. Obviously, we've seen Ebenezer. He's coming back to South Africa. He's going to the Sharks, I want to say, which are building a really nice team. Sia Khaleesi, Ebenezer, Lucan. That's right. Building a really nice team. So chance here, right in front of the sticks, and it's straight through the middle, and the Stormers lead here by 17 points to 7, a 10-point lead.
I think now it's important for us to get the try. If you get back to 3 points, you cannot. But it wouldn't surprise me if the Stormers you have to come back, and the Stormers are really, really showing that they're really competitive now.
Yeah, I think they're the best alongside the Bulls, really. So, well, I mean, the Sharks have the potential to be brilliant. I think they will be right up there next year with all their stars. But we'll have to wait and see. We're cleared downfield.
Knocked on.
Mike Lowry's knocked it on. No pressure on him whatsoever there. And that will be... sorry, not Mike Lowry.
Craig Gilroy.
Craig Gilroy, sorry. Names. Yeah, just took his eyes off the ball.
Yeah, you can't do that. You just can't do that.
No. Even at schoolboy level, you're always told, always keep your eyes on the ball all the way. Just keep it and then bring it in and protect it.
That's so annoying now because, we're just giving them back the ball.
Yeah. Scrum here, though, to the Stormers just over the halfway line. And so far, the Ulster scrum has been pretty solid so far. Ulster should just take the Atletico Madrid, Diego Simeone tactics, keep it tight and jam a win. You're paying your own players peanuts, increase the salaries, and they will stay. A salary cap, of course, but it's been lifted as well. So we'll see how that goes. But, here in Wales, the thing we do, the regions sometimes pay half the wage and then the union will pay the rest of it. I'm not sure. Do you know how it works out in Ireland?
I don't know, to be fair, but probably similar.
Yeah. And cleared downfield by Gilroy. Chance here for the Stormers to run it back if they want to. We've got about 10 minutes to go until half time here.
Oh, yes, got a penalty. Also got
penalty, though, to Ulster. Okay. Who's that?
Who got the ball?
Brilliant turnover.
Oh, Jordy Murphy. Well, not Jordy Murphy. It's Marcus Ray.
Yeah,
Marcus Ray.
Brilliant turnover.
I think Marcus Ray has been one of the most breakthrough players this season.
Do you think he should be in the Irish camp, or is Josh van der Fleer just too good at the minute, do you think?
Oh, Josh van der Fleer for me is too good. He's I think he's one of the best sevens out there now.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, brilliant player. It's going to be a line out here then to Ulster on 22. And we've seen how good their driving wall has been, so chance here maybe.
Yeah, I think getting a try now is crucial.
Absolutely. So line out. You can see Ulster maybe struggling a little bit with the heat, walking a little bit slow towards the line out. The line out here.
Just about
comes back. It's not clean though, but we move. We go forward. Just outside the 22 now. Cooney into Vermeulen. Lovely hands with Herring. Stephen Kitsoff looks like he's trying to turn it over, but not able to do it. Marty Moore, the try scorer.
Okay.
Referee gives the penalty to Ulster. Huge penalty to Ulster. What goes here?
I maybe take points.
Yeah, you think you take points, not stick it in the corner?
Well, it depends, because if you go for points, you could get a try and then you could tie the game. But you know, I think at this moment in time, if you go for touch now, I think it's a risk of getting away under a penalty.
Yeah. Let's see what they decide to do. It'll be interesting to see. It looks like they're going to take the points. Yeah, it looks like John Cooney's lining this one up to bring it back to within 7.
Yeah,
and less than 8 minutes on the clock. At half time, we'll take a quick break, but we won't be long at all. We'll have a chat about the other games. Actually, I've not looked to see what's happening with Scarlet's Zebra. Could you imagine if Zebra were beating Scarlet's just like Italy beat Wales?
I'll tell you what. Oh my goodness.
15 points to 3. Zebra trailing in that one. So Scarlet's winning by 15 points to 3. Tries for Baldwin and Combia there. So not quite as embarrassing as what Wales were. John Cooney sticks it through the post. And it is now Stormers 17 to 10. And still, we've got a game on our hands, you know, like, to think how the first 10 minutes went. Are you fairly happy now?
Well, a wee bit happy. I would say a wee bit happy, but I'm not playing down the Stormers again, because this could go anywhere or any time.
Yeah. Absolutely. Less than 7 minutes to go. Stormers to get us back underway here. Andrew Warren cheering on for his team, and at least a tight game. I'm enjoying it. Yeah, it's been a good game so far. I've been impressed by how Ulster have managed to begin to slowly control the game. I'd have been interested to see that tackle on Lowry there. I felt that was a little high, maybe. I'm not sure though. The chance here for Cooney's clear.
Interesting, but... Come on, let's go.
Send downfield
tackle there from Ulster.
Can they pull him out into the touch? That's what they're going to try and do. Yeah, Ulster growing more into this game. Good signs are Ulster looking slightly tired. I think the heat, the shock of the heat, the altitude, everything like that, it's very different from playing on a cold, wet night in Belfast. It's very, very different. Very different. Storm is a little bit scrappy here from them, but trying to kick over the top, but it was knocked on in the process anyway, so chance here for Ulster to set up the scrum. Storm is a little bit more Evers creeping into their game now. Knock on there from them, so scrum to Ulster. There'll be a chance for them to set something up here. And
Ulster gets a chance here.
Again, a water break, so it's just so hot down there. 5.5 minutes to go. If you're enjoying, folks, hit the like button, subscribe. I'll drop a link.
Sorry,
go on, Stephen.
Sure, just make difference. The weather up here is hot anyway, like 25 degrees here in Ireland. So it's hot around the world nearly.
Yeah, absolutely. It's pretty warm here as well in North Wales. Right, I'm going to drop a link to Stephen's channel in the chat while we have this pause in play. Head over there, subscribe. He does match reactions and previews ahead of the big games, and I'm sure there'll be lots of content this summer, of course, with Ireland heading over to New Zealand. So link in the chat, head over there, subscribe, and show him some love over there. And yeah, there we go. So scrum here then to Ulster, chance to potentially set up an attack. I mean, both scrums have looked pretty solid from Ulster, and they've looked like they've been able to create opportunities off it. So maybe this could be a weapon that they use.
Yeah, definitely. I think Ulster have done well so far in scrum, especially in the hot, in the hot conditions. It's going to be fair play, but it's all about what you do in terms of outside of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So scrum here then to Ulster. Once again, really, really solid scrum from the away team here. Ball out here, kick downfield, looking for the space in behind, but the bounce of the ball is really kind for the Stormers who send it back down. Plenty of time to run it here.
Come on.
Into the Stormers half. Slow ball for Ulster though. Cooney gets it out into Billy Burns. It is really slow here for Ulster, isn't it? Really slow ball.
He's going to have to box kick, no choice there.
Yeah. Just sent up, but good
there.
running from Ulster. Decent tackle as well, coming in from Marcus Rea.
Okay.
And I think Stormer's going to have to box kick this one. So chance maybe for Ulster to run this one back. And he can't kick it in.
They're going to hold the ball here.
Switched it.
Take out the ball.
They've ran themselves into a bit of trouble here.
Wow.
Lovely run there. Lovely counter-rucking from Ulster, though. Chance here, John Cooney. Tries to put no kick through, but is hacked back. And a knock-on in the process as well. But I'm not sure who knocked that on in the end, to be honest. I'm going to sneeze.
I think we need to...
Fuck me.
It's not hay fever. No, here, at least it's not hay fever. I had to go for that every summer with taking certain tablets.
Yeah. No, I don't get hay fever. You must have been a nightmare in primary school where they cut the grass and stuff. Oh.
Well, no, I was all right in primary school. It hit me whenever I left high school. That summer, for some reason, it must have been so hot that for some reason it hit me so badly that there were times where I wasn't taking the tablets where, like, oh my god, it got me so hard. But then maybe say after a few days, my mum gave me tablets to sort out, and it helped. You know what I mean? That's all I said to I say that to every single hay fever person who's struggling. Just get the tablets because they do help.
Yeah. Oh, lovely advantage to Ulster here off the bar of the scrum and penalty. Take the points. I mean, if you were to go down 13 points to 7 at half time, that's good considering the first 10 minutes. I think Ulster have really settled well into the game now and begun to dictate things, putting the pressure on the Stormers. And it seems like that opening 10 minutes maybe was a bit of a shock to the system for Ulster. And they are going to take the points.
Yeah, it was the first time, to be fair, but like you have to say that taking the points right now is the best option.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, my goodness, look at the tackles that the Stormers are putting in.
Yeah, definitely. So chance to John Cooney to bring Ulster to within 4 points. 24, watching only 16 likes. Come on, guys, hit the like button. Absolutely, hit the like button. Subscribe. It's free to do. We're pushing towards 3,000 subs. And as I said, check out Stephen's channel as well. And head over there and subscribe. So John Cooney with a chance then with less than 2 minutes on the clock until half time.
Well done.
He sticks it straight through the middle. What do you think changed from Ulster during this half? Because the first 10 minutes we were both really worried for Ulster, weren't we? What do you think's changed for you guys?
I think we're settled. I think Ulster sort of calmed down their heads after the second try was scored from Stormers, and the fact is that Ulster have done well in the scrum, in my opinion. They can do they need to slightly improve on getting away with penalties, but like overall, I'm happy they've come back into it. At least I don't think over the corner would have helped things. Now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think playing the simple game as well has been really important for Ulster. Just doing the basics right.
You don't have to win by say like so many points as a try.
Mm.
Just get. I don't care if we win by 1 point. It's all about getting the win at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And as you said, looking at the table, which I've actually got here, looking at the table, Leinster on top by a single point. So if Ulster win today, they can go top. But obviously, then Leinster play Connacht later on, which we're going to do a watch along for as well. And then that puts the pressure on Leinster then to go and win. The pressure then goes on them to go and win.
Oh, we're going to win a penalty here. We didn't need to. Oh.
Yeah, not rolling away. So a penalty here for Stormers. Be interested to see what they do. You think they take the points at the end of this half?
Would I rather them take the points at this stage? You still 7 points down at this stage? Maybe. I think so. You won't want them. I don't think you even want them to go down the corner now.
Yeah. I think with the time on the clock, I think they will go to the corner. Stuart McCluskey penalised there at the breakdown.
They're going points, okay.
Yeah. Straight from the post, but you're probably looking at, about 40 metres out. So this will be the final act of the first half. Don't forget at half time, we're both going to take a quick 2-minute break, but stay on the channel, get your questions, get your thoughts in, and we'll react to them after about 2 minutes of a break. Scarlets are leading by 24 points to 3 now. Out in South Africa, Johnny McNichol. Not out in South Africa, out in Italy.
Did the Scarlets see what Wales were doing last week, and they thought, let's not let this happen again?
I'm sure we'll debrief that. We'll have a chat about the Six Nations in the second half as well, and we'll chat about whatever that performance was.
Goodness, what a
kick. It's straight to the post, and that will be half time. The Stormers up to 20. Stormers leading here then by 20 points to 13. That is the half-time score. Folks, keep your thoughts coming in the chat. We're going to take a quick 2-minute break here on the channel. Make sure you're subscribed, you've liked if you're on Facebook or Twitch. Make sure to follow and head over, of course, to Stephen's channel and subscribe over there. The link is in the chat right now. We'll be back in a second. Don't go anywhere.
All right.
Okay, and it's half time in this one. Stormers leading by 20 points to 13 against Ulster down in Cape Town. Thank you everyone for joining this afternoon on this watch long with myself and Stephen. We'll get Stephen back in just a second when he's ready to go. If you are just joining us at half time, Stormers bursting onto the scene in the first 10 minutes. Ulster slowly get themselves back into it, but then Stormers getting a crucial penalty at the end there just to extend that gap that little bit in their favour. And let me know your thoughts on that first half in the comments. Petty, as I said, 20 points to 13 in favour of the Stormers. In the other game today, it is currently 24 points to 3 to the Scarlets. Trisel, Baldwin, Combia and McNichol. It's half-time down at Stadio Lanfranchi out in Parma. So Scarlets in that one by 24 points to 3. The other scores of the day, currently in the Women's Six Nations, England are beating Scotland by 57 points to 5. And later on, we have Ireland taking on Wales at 4:45. In the URC today, we still have a couple more games to get through. Right now, of course, we saw the Emirates Lions beat the Ospreys yesterday by 45 to 15. Munster beat Benetton, and we're currently watching the Stormers and Ulster. Obviously, Scarlets and Parma, Zebra are going on. The South Sea Sharks will welcome Edinburgh later on, while the Bulls will welcome the Dragons. Cardiff take on Glasgow down at the Arms Park, and then Connacht take on Leinster in an Irish derby. We're going to be doing a watch long for that one, so do join us live at 7:20. That's UK time. That'll be about 9:20 South Africa, and then 25 to 8. That's 20 to 10 South Africa for this one, an Irish derby. I think it's the first derbies of the year, I think. Oh no, it's not. We've already had Ulster take on Leinster this year, haven't we? So yeah, very much looking forward to that one. So make sure to join us live for that. I will drop a link to that in the chat so you can check that out. Let me just do that now, and you can get involved with that one. Let me do it here. So, and you can set your reminders on that. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to check out in the description all the links to my different socials so you can keep up to date with all the rugby news. I try and post on there as often as possible, so get involved there. So that is the link there for the Connacht against Leinster live watch along. Set your reminders there. If you're on Facebook, just make sure to like and follow the page and set your notifications on to all. So that is the halftime score in this one. Let me know your thoughts, what you make of it. Lots of people getting involved in the comments. Stormers will come out harder and faster second half. They'll spread things and run it more. These are the thoughts of Andrew. And will also get more physical, but commemorates and gives congratulations to the way that Ulster are playing in this one. Ulster's kicking game has kept them in this. It's been pinpoint. Every time Gallant gets the ball, he's under tons of pressure. And Gallant is something special. He deserves a call up to the Springboks. He's been pretty eye-catching already. And I would start Fassi, though. Interesting thoughts there on this one. If I had to really summarise this game, I'd say, yeah, opening 10 minutes, that Ulster really struggled to get into the game, really struggled to find their rhythm. But you got to say that Ulster managed to slowly get back into the game. But the breakdown has been a massive area of concern for this Ulster team. We'll have a look at the stats now, and then we will nearly be ready for the second half, in fact. But let me just get the stats up from the first half, and we can have a chat about them as well. And let's go match stats. There we go. And I will share my screen so you can see this. So at half time, as I said, 20 points to 1. Stormers getting 2 tries to the 1 of Ulster. But look at that possession. I mean, 59% possession to the 41% of the Stormers. Ulster having a lot of the ball, but not always playing in the right areas of the field. You know, they had a lot of the ball, but never really felt confident that they were going to break this Stormers side down, really going to get through them. But slowly throughout the half, they were patient. They used different tactics, and they slowly began to get that. 2 clean breaks to 1, 5 defenders beaten apiece, 6 offloads to the 2. Territory, though, a lot of territory for Ulster, which surprises me, actually, 65% to 35. The Stormers have made nearly double the same amount of tackles as Ulster have done. Missed tackles are fairly similar. Tackle success, actually, for the Stormers is very high. Ulster maybe a little bit on the low side at 84, but then 4 turnovers, 1 has been the area that this Ulster team have really, really struggled. In terms of kicking, Ulster have kicked quite a bit more, but kicking success is 100, 6 penalties conceded. In terms then of the standout players, Leon Lee Zass is having a decent game alongside Mike Lowry. Libok is kicking pretty well. Zass is actually having a very, very good game. 3 defenders beaten, 2 clean breaks, 3 successful carries, and 1 of the leading try scorers in this one. In defence, even Roos is also standing out with 9 tackles as well, and doing very, very well. So those are the halftime stats. Let me know your thoughts in the chat as always. One of my friends might be making his Leinster debut. Wow, off the bench, Chris Cosgrave. Both went to school together and played cup together. We'll keep an eye out tonight, as I said as well. Just to remind you, once again, we'll be doing a live watch along for this one. An Irish derby down at the sports ground. And really excited for this. 20 past 7 with kickoff at 25 to 8. That will round up round 14 of the URC, and plenty of games, of course, next week to look forward to as well. So get commented in the chat what watch logs you'd like to see next week. I try and do different teams every week if I can on the whole. So we'll see what we do next week. But it is half time in this one, and hope everyone is doing okay and enjoying the weather here in the UK. It's absolutely stunning. It is so beautiful right now, so nice. Almost makes me want to go out and enjoy the weather. But yeah, really, really nice weather. So enjoying it for sure. England ladies won 57 to Scotland 5. Wow, a really, really big win there for the England women. I mean, professional and then amateur. That's the issue, isn't it? We're ready for the second half then. We'll wait when Stephen gets back. We'll get him in. Make sure, though, if you are watching, to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. It's free to do. We're pushing towards 3,000 subscribers, so with your help, we can do that. If you're on Facebook or Twitch, hit the like and follow button. That would be massively appreciated. Let's have a look at this comment. This is a great comment. Don't take this personally, man, but right now, your South Africa tour should not be happening. To me, you're not ready is the problem. Welsh rugby have escalated. No benefit going over to 3 possible blowouts. Look, they're going to go regardless. We're going to really struggle. And yeah, it's going to be awful. It's going to be awful. But we will cover here on the channel. Right, Stephen is back. We're all set for the second half. Stephen, what's important that also to get right at the start of this second half, do you feel?
Don't do the same mistakes you made, in the first minutes. Like, we gave away nearly 2 tries in the first 5 minutes. We can't do the same thing, or else the game's done, in my opinion. Like what the Lions did to the Ospreys yesterday. You can't have that such a scenario. You have Ulster you need Ulster to stay in the game from an Ulster perspective. So points is crucial. Whether it's kicking or going for points, you can't let Stormers get the upper hand. You just can't let that. You just can't let them get the upper hand, go forward in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. Also starting here, though, on the front foot from the kickoff, just inside their own half, though, with the ball. And John Finney's going to look to send this one down.
Oh, come on. It needs a good kick here. So it does.
Make it competitive is what you want to see. And the weather is still perfect. Oh, was that a high boot? I don't know. Maybe a little bit harsh. Maybe a little bit harsh for me. I don't know. Maybe.
Probably.
Maybe. Yes, there is, Porter. We mentioned it at the start. Really sad news that Gareth Mason, or known as G-Man on social media, sadly passed away I think it was last night. And our thoughts, myself and Stephen, were big fans of his. Love the work that he did. Good guy as well. I spoke to him a few times through 3-Bod Rugby. Our thoughts go out to his family and friends at this sad time. And yeah, it's really, really difficult, really sad situation. And yeah, our thoughts certainly go out to his family and friends. And he really was one of the four, one of the forefathers of YouTube rugby. You know, with the likes of Two Cents.
I don't know. No, I don't know I don't know if he would have started the whole thing for us to do it. But I remember back in 2017 when he was doing an Ireland versus South Africa post match and how the problems in South Africa were lying, but he made his thoughts clear that someone had to change, and he was right. And South Africa did change, their standards. So, that's how I got to, that's how Gareth, was so passionate about South Africa, and he was a Sharks fan as well. So I'm pretty sure that this the Sharks game against, I think it's Edinburgh coming up after this game. I'm sure. Yeah. And I don't think the Sharks. I don't know whether the Sharks team would have known about Gareth, but imagine if they pulled off a tribute to him before the game. Yeah. That would be an absolute pure respect to the guy. I mean, he breathed and loved rugby. So it is shocked. It is sad, very sad to hear that. But like you just have to think about his family and friends who are going through what they're going through right now. But he was inspirational to what kind of made us want to do YouTube videos about rugby, because you don't really get that much in the especially in the YouTube community. You kind of think more about football, but that's why we want to keep this rugby community going, especially for him.
Yeah, absolutely. No, 100% agree, and well said. Absolutely. Ulster coming forward here though, started the second half really well. I'm trying to get forward here.
Come on, get a penalty here. Let's go.
Stormers competing out the breakdown, but penalty here to Ulster. Would you be sticking this in the corner, do you think?
Is it too tight? I think it is. So I think going for the corner is the best option in this angle.
Yeah, Billy Burns. And the driving maul has worked so well, hasn't it? So Billy Burns sticks this one.
It's definitely improved.
Corner, but, I mean, a try here and a converted try. I mean, we're equal. We've really got a game on our hands. So,
yeah.
We'll have to wait and see. There has been a change for the Stormers, and I will just read it to you now as it has just happened.
Yes, it has.
And we have seen Boosh come on in the front row for Fans Malherbe. That change has gone through for the Stormers. Whether that's a tactical change or an injury, we're not sure, but that change has gone through. So line outs here then to Ulster. And the driving maul has worked really, really well. So
get that going.
Let's see. Ulster look a little bit confused about how many there's in this line now. To the rest.
I think Jim from Ireland got pushed one of the guys out of the way, but
and it has won here. So driving maul, but decent counter defense here. Rob Herring goes
on. Harry. Go on, Harry. Oh, what a
really good carry from him. That should be a penalty too. I thought maybe he hadn't rolled away quick enough. Oh, just about holding on to the ball here. Just a push back though. Cooney fires it out. Billy Burns up towards the 5-meter line now. Ulster started really, really strongly in this second half.
Yeah. Come on, Jordy. Go on. Line. We need to get. This is crucial. Come on.
Keep really going. Good work. Solid defense, though, you got to say, from the Stormers.
Go on, Marty.
I think they need to spread this wide, to be honest, now.
Oh, no.
Oh, and knocked on. Positive from Ulster then until the knock on, and it will be a scrum to the Stormers and a chance here for them from there. Maybe forcing it a little bit too much, you'd say, from Ulster there, maybe, Stephen?
Yes. For me, they should have gone wide at that moment. Like, he should have passed it. Like, is that going by himself?
Yeah. So, one or two players getting some treatment down there. Should we talk about it then? Wales against Italy.
Okay.
Can you talk a bit about Italy? How good is it for... How good is it for Italy to have finally won a game in the Six Nations? How important is it, do you think?
It's massive for the competition, mate, going forward, because of we've seen Italy from 2015 not winning the game in the Six Nations. When there was talk about Georgia and all this kind of stuff, and also South Africa maybe coming into the play. to take out Italy. But Italy shown last week it's good for the competition, and they've shown that they've got real talent coming forward. Like look at the Italy under-20s, they're doing really well. Like this only breeds hopefully a new start for Italy. Like I was before I headed to the ground last week. I was in a bar watching it with a lot of Irishmen, and the scenes when Italy got through there, it was just. But that's what rugby's about. Whether you're neutral or not, that's what rugby's about. And you just have to applaud it. You just have to applaud how Italy just stuck in for that whole second half. I didn't expect it. Whenever Wales scored that try, I just thought Wales were gonna see it out. But that's what I love about the game of rugby. You got to see moments like that. What I mean? But from Wales' perspective,
tell me, mate, how bad were we?
Like I don't think I've seen this poor of a Wales team, in my opinion, for a long time. And the fact is, Wales are going to have to act now if they're going to make any progression. I think Wales, for me, got their success from Gatland and what's his name, Rob Hurley. They created someone in Wales that was just the best of Wales, in my opinion. You're not seeing that right now. Last year Wales won the Six Nations by luck, in my opinion. So. The South Africa tour. Oh my! If you're able to get through 3 of them, oh my god! Like, even the stem ones, better to see the stem one of the games. It's just going to be so hard for Wales, in my opinion. But
I described it yesterday that Wales, we can't get over the gain line, so we don't have that, which you need against the South African team. We don't have any ideas going forward, and we give away sloppy tries. So it's the perfect combination against South Africa, because unless you can match South Africa physically, which not many teams in the world can do, and if you can't create tries, then you're stuffed, really.
Yeah. I mean...
knocked on by the Stormers in their own goal area.
They got a scrum near the try line. Okay, let's go.
And a scrum here to Ulster. But for Italy, they deserve to win. They were the better team, no doubt about it. They had a clear game plan. Completely opposite with Wales, no clear game plan. Team selection has baffled me. I don't think Pivac will get sacked. He's not going to. But I can't see us getting past the quarterfinals in the World Cup. I mean, we're going to struggle even against Fiji. I mean, Fiji are developing rapidly.
Well, my dad knows a Dragons fan, right? Because he works with them, through links with the passport office, right? And he's similar. Like he thinks that this is the poorest Wales team he's seen. From your perspective, Brandon, from an Ospreys, from an Ospreys fan looking at Wales, how do you improve that for the World Cup for fans? Do you get rid of Pivac, or what do you do? How does the system change?
It's so difficult, because my question is, straight after the game, was like, Pivac has to go. There's not been enough progression. Even though we won the Six Nations last year, you'd have to say we were very lucky to win it. And there were other teams just not performing at the level that they should have. But we just don't have a clear game plan. And that's the problem with Ireland. You know exactly how Ireland are going to play. You know exactly how all the regions are going to play. We'll get back to this question. Good scrum here from Ulster. Vermeulen.
Oh, no.
It's bounced out.
Oh, no.
I think it's been turned over by the Stormers.
Why'd you do that, man? That was from...
And there'll be a chance for them to clear their lines. But pressure needs to be on them. And it's booted away. But he's kept it in. So chance maybe here for Lowry to run out the defence.
Come on, Lowry.
Oh, he just runs straight into someone.
And then we get a penalty.
And then penalty then. Coming in there. Back to Wales though. After the game, I'm of the opinion that Pivac should go if there was someone to step in. If we could get like a Pat Lam, or we could get Scott Robertson in, or someone like that, 100% you go do it. But I just don't think that we can do it. One, we don't have the financial ability to do it, because you've seen that, the Welsh Rugby Union have had to renegotiate like this loan they've given to the regions. So unless you can afford to do that, then no. I just can't see what changes between now and a World Cup.
But here's do you want a bit of a bummer as well for the Wales, not just the national team but the clubs as well. Like, look, I've never seen a fall off from Ospreys, Cardiff, Dragons, and Scars. Before the competitive sides were Ospreys and Scars. Look how far they've fallen down. You know what I mean? There's no progression there. Then how's there progression for the national team? Especially if you're in half time. That's not far away. You know what I mean? There's gonna have to be some sort of financial or system sort this all out, but even say by November, because like if you don't get this sorted out, I only get seeing things getting worse for Wales, and that's really sad to see because I always liked Wales compete at the top level.
Yeah, I think the big thing you got to say.
Sorry.
Yeah,
like whenever I saw Wales go to Dublin this year, obviously whenever you think of Wales going to Lansdowne Road, you get this atmosphere. There's this buzz between Ireland and Wales. There's this rivalry that you want to see. I saw the crowd doing Mexican waves at one point. It was getting that bad for Wales. Like, is this a turning point where we see Ireland Wales as not competitive, or any of these sides where Wales could play against the likes of an England or an Ireland? Is that spirit from Wales gone? That's going to be the big question going forward.
Yeah, it's a difficult. I think the thing that you say about the regions is really interesting. In fact, the regions haven't done. I mean, the problem with the regions is that only ever one region has done well at a time. So it's not been like in Ireland, you have to say Leinster and Ulster are probably the two best teams in the league. Connacht haven't won the league. They've been knocking at the door. Munster have always been very, very strong. But then you look in Wales, we had Ospreys who were strong for a while, won the league, won away at Leinster in 2012. You then had Scarlets who won the league at the Pivac many years ago. But never once has there been 2 or 3 teams competing at the top. The Dragons, for all the good signings that they make, they can never get it right. Cardiff have an incredible team, but can never get it right. And the national team has always done pretty well, has always managed to step up anyway, and has always done better than the regions are doing. But recently, they seems to be all catching up with Wales, but also Pivac has to be held accountable. I don't understand the game plan. And what I really don't get is, someone like Tane Basham, probably our best player for the first 3 rounds, and then completely dropped there for the rest of the games. Ellis Jenkins played the first game, dropped, not seen ever again in the team. It's very, very confusing what he's trying to do, and it's confusing messages for the coach, for the players. So, I don't know what...
I would say from a Wales perspective, again, is from the players' side. When I saw that team win the Six Nations last season, most of those Wales players were in the Six Nations player of the tournaments, right? Or every week they would put in the best players from that team, and they put them all into a combined 11, and that kind of led to what the Lions squad was. I think from that, have those Wales players sort of improved? That was a shame for me, to see someone like Wyn Jones dominate that number 1 shirt for Wales, or for all the number 1s, then to go to the Lions.
I'm the Lions as well. I'm the Lions. Really, I mean, these Lions starting.
Not really showing an impact. Finn Russell, Dan Biggar was starting at number 10 until the third test, until Finn Russell came in and kind of blew all the 10s away. Finn Russell for me should have been starting number 10 for the Lions, and then but Dan Biggar for me had a very poor tournament. He could have been at best at the number 22. It's all well and good playing for your club team in Northampton, but you have to improve. You have to show it on the national, in the big stage. And fair play to his post-match interview as well. He did call out. He didn't say names, but he did call out a few things that had to improve. And he has to take his word for going forward. If that has to happen, because if it doesn't, then he's backtracking on his word, and he's not taking accountability for his own actions.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. We did see a potential yellow card there, tackle on Mike Lowry, but you did feel like he was always sitting there. So I didn't feel like it was a pen at all, but it will be a scrum here anyway to Ulster. But for Wales, look, really tough. I know someone has said here in the comments, GHB has said, we only beat them by 3 points in the autumn, didn't we? What changed since then? I think the big thing for Wales in those games has always been, whenever we played against teams, especially against France, everyone was like, oh, you played amazing against France. Defensively, yes, we played really, really well, but we offered nothing in attack. Nothing in attack whatsoever. Exactly. There's no point playing against a team with we can't go into the mindset where we can't lose. You got to go in the mindset where we're going to win, and that seems to have been the mindset of Pivac. I can't afford to lose. Instead of I have to win, and that mindset really gets to me. And the thing with Gatland was, it wasn't pretty, but we found a way to win. We found a way to win, and we were hugely successful. Under Pivac, I think he's lost the dressing room. I really do think he's lost the dressing room. And it'd be interesting in when Pivac It's done. So after the World Cup, I don't think we'll get past the quarterfinals. I think he'll go because his contract comes to an end at the end of that World Cup. It'll be interesting after to see what players say, whether players come out and say it was a difficult time to play during there wasn't a game plan, we were confused, whatever, because players will come out and will speak, and it'll be interesting to see what they do say.
But Joe was so weird. Like Alwyn Jones and Dan Bigger both had outstanding caps that day, right? They both got a standing reception. Like I saw the atmosphere, and is that not weird to go into the game like that and take your foot off the gas against an Italy team who want to go and get the win because they'll need to help their progression, and Wales not sort of like taking it seriously. Were they taking it seriously, Brandon, in your opinion? Because I think for me, like the start of that game was very weird. And at the end of the game, like the Wales players get clapping the fans anyway. That's all. I think that's all well and good. But like, do you not think that there has to be more than that to sort of what do you call it?
I know what you mean. Yeah, definitely. I think the word I would use to describe the performance was arrogant from Wales. We had so many chances in that first 15 minutes to take points. Just take the points. I mean, kept sticking in the corner. We couldn't break them down. Dayimani is on for Van Ryn in the back row for the Stormers, and they do have a penalty as well, as they look to try and notch this one over. But I thought we were arrogant in that performance. And then Alun Wyn, legend of the game, probably the greatest Welsh player of all time, probably. But he hadn't played at all. You bring him in, you drop someone like Will Rowlands, who has been probably one of our best performers this year, and you drop him and say, we're just going to put Alun Wyn just because it's his 150th game. Bigger was always going to start, right decision. But to bring Alun Wyn in there, and he clearly couldn't hack it because after 50 minutes, he was taken off because he was too tired. So, who cares if he gets his 150th game out in South Africa? Who cares? He's got an amazing achievement, but who cares? Yeah, it just boggles my mind.
Yeah, do you know what, mate? You do that after the game. You don't take that all in before the game. You can give it a clap, but then you focus on the game. Then you focus on the game. Like, it's just, for me, it's just, I don't know, it's weird. I would call it weird in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. Like in Ireland, would that happen to a Johnny Sexton? If he had a must-win game at the end of the Six Nations, let's say he's past his best. Let's say he signs a 1-year deal after the World Cup, right? He's past his best, but you still, you let him come on now and again. Carberry's dictating the game. Sexton's like too old, probably not quite at the level anymore, or hasn't played for a long time. Do you just throw him straight in? No. You bring him off the bench, maybe.
You do it off the bench. You do it off the bench, and you get that clap, you get that ovation there. Like if he's not on the best of form, say, and you start him in a situation like that, I would find that weird too. So like you said, like Wales, for me, if they're going to show any sort of progression or take any accountability with us going forward, or have Wales show the passion that we've seen under Gallen, then take action now, or else they're just going to fall short. And that could be in the ranking, and the rankings could be bad for them going forward if they keep doing this.
Yeah, I think the lucky thing is the pools have already been drawn, but we got a difficult pool. We got Australia, who are improving under Dave Rennie, and we got Fiji as well, who are also improving. But penalty here to Ulster, though. The scoreline is 23-13. We've got about 24 minutes to go. Not all that much happened in this second half, just the penalty. So we will turn our attention back here. Dwayne Vermeulen winning the penalty. I think Ulster are going to have to stick this in the corner, aren't they, really? And I think they're going to do that anyway. We've seen a few changes go through, and I'll read them to you in just a second. Dwayne Vermeulen there, straight over the ball. Good strength from him. He's had a very quiet game, hasn't he? Considering, he can do. What do you make of his time in an Ulster shirt? Do you think he's had the impact you'd have expected, or not really?
Ever since he's come in, he's really, really taken off. Really, he's really showed up and taken off the ground already. Like he started. I don't know if he started against us. Oh, look, go on, Ulster!
Yeah. Oh, McCluskey's line now. Stuart McCluskey is going to score here for Ulster. Brilliant work off the driving maul. Poor defence. Really, really poor defence. Conor Quainan thinks that was crazy not to take the points, but Stuart McCluskey there, 23 tries for Ulster. Watching it back here, absolutely try there. I mean, it's really poor defence. It's really, really poor defence from the Stormers, but I don't think Ulster particularly care. I don't think you care either, Stephen. So
it doesn't matter.
Brilliant.
We got to
finish and-
try. We got to try. We got what we needed. Come on, we need to get back in the game. Game ain't over yet.
Absolutely. And chance here then for Cooney to add the 2. It's right in front of the sticks. I think me and you, Stephen, could get this blindfolded. So you should get this.
Yep. Yeah, you should
like
get it. And what I was saying about Jennifer Mullen, he's really come into the Ulster shirt and he's really made it his own. You know what I mean? Yes, he would have started against Ospreys, in his debut, and we would have lost, but he was just getting started. You know what I mean? I think ever since that, I think we've won every game, haven't we? It's
well, you've won 7 games on the bounce. I'm pretty sure in all competitions.
It's pretty unusual. So it's really helped us definitely.
Absolutely. So 23-20 game certainly on now, and we're heading towards the final 20 minutes. Get your thoughts on the game in the chat. Hit the like button, subscribe, and of course, subscribe to Stephen's channel. There's a link in the chat as well.
Yes.
You've got to feel like Ulster have got the momentum at the minute. Do you think the bench could be really important? Would there be more players that you'd be looking to bring on? This is your bench. Is there anyone in the backs? I mean, we've already seen Milisanovic come on, and we've seen Reid come on as well. Would there be someone else you'd be looking to bring on?
I think I think Dave Shannon will come on eventually, maybe in the 70th minute. I wouldn't be surprised if Luke Marshall came on as well. But I think Ethan McCrory is the main man you want to bring on in those positions, because he's been doing really well for us. Ethan McCrory, even slot him in the 15 position or even the wing position, and then hopefully that he can have a good start coming on the second half. I think that's what we need to do. Yeah, bring on those players. Yeah.
And then from a Stormers perspective, the guy that I'm looking at is Herschel Janchis, the Springbok scrum half. Just will speed the game up. He's been brilliant when he's played for the Springboks off the bench, just speeding the game
also
up.
getting our penalty here, so they do.
And another penalty. It really feels like momentum has changed here in this game, but you'd be surprised if the replacements don't start to come for the Stormers soon, as the momentum has switched to them for sure. Let's have a quick look at some of your comments. What a run from McCluskey. The Stormers playing poorly. They deserve to lose this game, I'm afraid. Game on, can Ulster be the first Northern Hemisphere club side in history to win in South Africa? That'll be interesting. I mean, every team that's gone out there so far hasn't managed to win. Roos there penalised for double movement, and game's still on though. Absolutely, it is. So, chance here for Ulster though.
It wasn't the greatest kick, by the way, but
final 20 minutes taken short by Ulster. Billy Burns gets that. Oh, lovely hands here from Ulster. This is beautiful rugby. Oh, the kick.
From Stormers. So.
Yeah. But some lovely hands there from Ulster. It's come out on an Ulster side. Advantage.
We're charged over.
Advantage to Ulster then. Chance for them to play here. Here comes Dwayne Vermeulen. Spreads it out wide to McCluskey. McCluskey breakthrough into Vermeulen. One-handed. Oh, lovely run here from Ulster. The Stormers beginning to tire. Have they got the turnover? They have, and no advantage. No advantage there. What do you think here? Do you go for the post, or do you stick it in the corner again?
I don't know, to be fair, which is the best option. I think you go for touch. Touch. Why not?
I mean, you're right next to the corner anyway. There was an advantage there for a high tackle on McCluskey.
No.
But yeah, chance here for Ulster to. What are they doing? Sticking this in the corner. I think they're taking the points. I think Cooney is going to try and stick this one.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Okay, this is really interesting. Come on, Ulster. Come on.
But Ulster, fair play to them, have really begun to control this game. It almost seems as if Stormers, we've seen throughout this competition, where the Stormers have started really, really well, and then lost a little bit of energy by the end, lost that steam, and struggled near the end of the game. But you got to say, Ulster.
You think that's the situation the South African sides need to improve on, just that second half. You know what I mean? They're still doing really good. It's just that slightly bit of second half you need to improve on.
Yeah, definitely. Lots of fans now taking join the game today, which is good to see.
And then girls, oh my goodness, you must have get on the pitch.
Yeah. Jack's asking you, we've touched a little bit on Vermeulen, obviously, coming into Ulster, but you were saying he's had a real impact, hasn't he, on the team?
Oh, yeah, for a dog, mate. He's been He's not. He hasn't been good. He's been really, really good. You know what I mean? It's we added a big replacement. Had a Marcel Coutinho when he left. So, but even better. So, June Firmino has started nearly all the games, especially during the international break, which was really crucial for us to get through. So, long may it continue.
Yeah, and definitely, starting those games against Leinster again, those big wins against your rivals, was definitely really, really important. In the Zebra against Scarlet's game, it is Scarlet's 36, Zebra 17. So Zebra have actually come back into it a little bit here. Carlo Canna and Biondelli have scored, but Sam Rouse and
Ulster have gone to touch now. Okay,
going for the corner, back in the driving maul here. Out in Zebra, it is 36 points to 17 to the Scarlets. About 17 minutes left to go in that one. In this one, though, just under 19 minutes to go. And Ulster sticking this one in the corner.
Right.
Important here for Ulster. You feel
it's gone on here.
Come on, driving maul is set up.
Come on, Ulster. Come on.
And they peel off the back here. Is that the right decision to peel off there? I'm not sure.
No.
Stephen Kitsoff and turned over there by Stormers. I thought Kitsoff actually probably, I don't know.
Oh, bro, that's annoying.
Yeah. I'm surprised that they peeled off the back there. I didn't understand that. Why you do that with all the momentum that you had anyway.
That's weird.
Yeah, weird decision to do that, but pressure here on this scrum for the Stormers. Kind of crane and scream and take your points.
I know, exactly.
You understand that. Over 40 people watching this afternoon, so do hit the like button, subscribe if you're on YouTube, like and follow if you're on Facebook, Twitch. Free to do, and check out Stephen's channel as well. I'll drop a link in the chat in just a second. And while we have a slight break here, don't forget, later tonight, then we're going to do this one. Connacht against Leinster live from 7:20 with kickoff at 7:25. Join us for that. There'll be a link in the chat in just a second. Yeah, I agree. I thought Kitsoff hadn't moved off the ground, hadn't rolled away either. I didn't feel like he'd rolled away either. I thought he got that wrong. Scrum here, though, to the Stormers. Good shove coming in from Ulster. But penalty to the Stormers. Big penalty for them and a chance for them
to
clear their line.
Maybe going for kick was the best option after all. I don't know.
Still only 3 points in it. Over 16 minutes to go here. Cleared downfield. There'll be a line out to the Stormers on their own 10-metre line. And let me just drop a couple of links in the chat then. First of all, let me drop the link to Connacht against Leinster. If you're watching on YouTube, when the stream ends, it'll automatically load into it anyway. But do join me for that live watch along from 7:25 p.m. That's UK time. So you can click the reminder on that. And then I'm going to drop a link to Stephen's channel in the chat as well. So make sure to head over there and subscribe as well. And he does post-match reactions, previews, of course, sometimes some live things from games as well. Probably one of the most knowledgeable Irish fans that I know. So make sure to head over there and subscribe to Stephen's channel as well. And likes to remind me of when the Ospreys lose and when Wales lose, and how embarrassing it can be. So, there we go. Stephen's channel, link to his channel is in the chat there. Head over there and subscribe as well.
Okay, Ulster look at the ball here.
The Stormers clear it downfield. So just under 15 minutes to go.
Go on, Michael Larry. Oh my goodness. Go on, Larry. Go on, Larry. Go on.
He's got options if he needs it. Steps inside.
Oh, bro.
Quick ball here for Ulster. They could be on the front foot. Big tackle coming in though, Marcus Raya.
Oh, look at this. Oh, go on. Yes. Go on.
Oh, lovely. Inside ball here. Where's that move come from there? Is he over the ball? Has he managed to turn it over? He has. And again, the breakdown. The breakdown is a struggle for this Ulster team. Huge turnover from the Stormers. Again, the support just isn't quick enough. It isn't quick enough.
Bro, what the heck? Oh, Jesus. I don't know.
Oh, just isn't really quick enough for this team.
You would have to think that points taken now is, I think it's important for Ulster, because if I look at the table here, hold on a minute, we're like 1 point behind Leinster. If we were to get a draw, we'd go ahead of them by 1 point. So
yeah,
I think that maybe Ulster going forward can take the kicking option and not let the Stormers be back in.
Yeah,
you have to. You're taking risks, probably going over the line at the stage of the game.
I mean, the breakdown, you've got to give Stormers credit. They've been so quick to get on there to try and turn the ball over, and they've done it really, really well, you've got to say. They've done it really, really well. So line out here to the Stormers then, just inside the Ulster half.
Yes.
The Stormers haven't scored in this second. Oh, they've scored, 3 points in this second half. They've scored 3 points in this second half. So from an Ulster perspective, they've done pretty well. Come on, Stormers, hold on. Don't deserve to win, though. Very poor game from the Stormers. Good driving maul, though, here from them, pushing forward towards the 10-metre line. Not really going anywhere now.
Oh, look at this. Okay.
Good work from Ulster here to slow that one down.
Oh, no, don't risk it.
Oh, Marcus Raya was miles offside there. I don't know how.
Yeah, that's what I was on about. Oh, but they've got the ball back, Stormers.
Knocked on, I think, potentially by Ulster, or just ball here for Stormers. First time. Oh, dear me.
Oh, my God.
Oh, dear me. Urshel Yantis just launched the ball into his fly half, Libark there. Ball out here, though. Here comes Stormers.
They're really beginning to be really sloppy here.
Yeah, really sloppy from Stormers. And they've been pushed back all the way to the 10-metre line. Also trying to hold the man up here.
Oh, what a tackle.
Huge tackle coming in there. Ulster need to keep their discipline really here. Good tackle once again, Marcus Raya this time. And then almost forced to kick, and it's a poor kick, really, and chance for Ulster to clear it down the field.
Well done, Ulster.
And that was really solid defence from Ulster, you'd have to say. Now let's have a look at some more of your comments. Let's have a look. Well played, Ulster. Great effort in South Africa. I think this has been the best effort of any team out in South Africa, you'd have to say. And this isn't even an Ulster first team, is it? There's still a few players missing.
Well, I think it's near enough a first team, just with the likes of Balakoon and what have you.
Yeah, still a few names. I'm going to try to see whether our rugby clubs, if any, or sevens in Munchen, definitely get involved in the rugby community. I'm not even an Ulsterman, but I'm just frustrated with their inept breakdown work. How many more times they're going to arrive up to slow? I think the other thing you have to say about that, though, is that Stormers have been very, very good at the breakdown. Very, very good, and have done really well. How much time left? Just under 12 minutes to go in this one. So not long to go whatsoever. Stormers leading by 3 points. Ulster looking to be the first team to win in South Africa.
Aye. Let's hope it happens in under 12 minutes.
Yeah, 12 minutes to go. What do you think Ulster need to do in this next 12 minutes? Is it keep hold of the ball, or is it just look to play in the right areas of the field? Because on the whole, the second half, they've been the better team, you'd have to say.
Yeah, well, I think Ulster at the moment I don't know if they've got the upper hand, but like Ulster have really come into it, and the Stormers have been really kind of sloppy, to be fair, in the last few minutes, and this is the perfect opportunity, in my opinion, for Ulster to get some points on the board if they can get a penalty back. But that's what you just have to wait and see, because Stormers, they could pull something out of the bag out of nowhere. You never know.
Yeah, absolutely. So line out here to the Stormers just inside their own half. They do manage to win it. Once again, signing up the driving maul. And it's beginning to slowly move forward here.
Oh, well.
Slowly beginning to move forward as it begins to turn.
The box
ball just come out. Ranchi sends it up. And they've been pretty good in the air so far. Bounces. Good hands for McCluskey. Out wide, here's maybe a chance. Ball out wide here. Cuts inside. Oh, good run from Ulster. Needs support, though.
Yeah. Come on.
This is decent from Ulster.
Come on, Ulster. Come on.
Cooney gets it out. Billy Burns. Back into McCluskey. McCluskey a little bit slow. Kick sent through, and then it'll be a line out to the Stormers.
They take
and
quick
they
care.
decided to take it quickly, which is an interesting shout. And they kick it downfield.
Oh, what a
again,
kick.
not a. Wow, I mean, I don't think that's that great kick. A bit strange, but there we go.
Oh.
There we go. Anyone who says it's the best ever from any Northern Hemisphere side, I'm not having that. My Munster came from 29-3 down to the Bulls. Yeah, I forgot about that one, actually. I forgot about that one. We got some changes going on here for Ulster. Rob
Tom
Herring
Stewart
is leaving the pitch, and as Stephen just said, Tom Stewart coming on. So we're heading towards the final 10 minutes here. Line out to Ulster. And one, and the driving
penalty.
not.
Come on, we got a penalty. Let's go.
Oh, penalty! Sorry, pulling the man down in the air. A chance to send this one down the field.
Okay. No choice.
48 people watching. Jesus, that's mad for this kind of game. Thank you for everyone joining us. Hit the like button, subscribe here. 54 people watching. Jesus, what's going on? Hit the like button, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts in the chat. We're heading towards the final 10 minutes. Well, we are in the final 10 minutes. 3 points in it. 3 points in it. Would you take a draw? Or would you just be like, right, we've got to get the win because Leinster are playing later tonight?
Well, if you get a draw, you go 1 point behind. You're ahead of Leinster at this moment stage. But if Leinster were to lose and they got a bonus point out of it, that they're tight. And but I don't know what the points difference is like. But you would think maybe Ulster can try and go for the win.
Yeah. Well, this is the table right now. So as you can see, Leinster on 50, Ulster on 49. The bonus point, Leinster have one more bonus point. Chance here though for Ulster. Into the 22, the grubber sent through. It's bounced kindly. 5 meters short now.
Come on, Ulster.
Quick ball needed here for Ulster. Can they get it wide? Billy Burns fires it out. Simple passing surely is what's needed. Michael Lowry dancing around. Ball is there for Cooney.
Okay.
Go on. A little bit slow. Billy Burns fires it out wide.
Oh.
Can they get in the corner? Has he been pushed into touch?
Oh, what the heck? And
then it is out into touch. Whether that went forward, I'm not sure.
The question is, who's the ball going to?
And this is going to be an interesting question. And many are here because they know this was to be an expected competitive game. It's a really enjoyable game, you've got to say. Except for the first 10 minutes for Ulster, it's been a very enjoyable game. You got to say, I think that's gone forward from Ulster, hasn't it? I think that's gone forward from Ulster. So it'll be a scrum here to the Stormers. Still, though, 8 minutes to go.
Yep. Come on, Ulster, come on.
Big scrum, this. Really big scrum here now.
You have to say that that at this point in the stage that we need to this will decide where the game goes. Well, who knows?
What you don't want to do is give Stormers like an easy exit off a penalty or something like that.
I don't think so. Not this stage, no.
In the field position. So here we go. Here comes the scrum, fed in by Herschel Yanchis. Scrum holds.
Oh, no.
And we're going to have a reset because it went straight up. I actually thought the Stormers were struggling the most there. They looked like they were potentially...
Well, I think Ulster should target that now. Just keep going and hopefully turn over the penalty.
Yeah, absolutely. So, nervous times here. Less than 7 minutes to go now in Cape Town.
Like, you've got Ulster pack there now of Callum Reid, Tom Stewart, and Gareth. I can't spell his last name, but, this is a young pack. So, it's been interesting how, like you said, how the Stormers pack are very, sort of dodgy at this moment in time.
Yeah, they've got to put pressure on it for sure. So, once again, Herschel Yanchis to feed the scrum.
Oh, look at this. Oh.
Scrum turning in favour of the Stormers, and it will be a penalty to them. And a chance for the Stormers to clear their lines, and with 6 minutes to go, it's going to be Gonna be tough now for Ulster. It's not over, but it is gonna be tough for them.
There's the draw option if they were to get the penalty.
Yeah.
Get for points.
Absolutely. There's still time, you know. There's still time. Still over 5 minutes to go in this one.
No, I don't.
We'll send this one down the field, looking for probably as much distance you'd think as possible, just to get down the field.
Okay.
He sends it down. It's not the greatest kick from him.
No,
to be
it isn't.
honest.
No, it isn't. Okay.
It's not bad field position, so you'd think Ulster would look to compete here at the line out. That's a powerful scrum from the Stormers there.
This will have to be a big. This will hopefully have to be a big turnover line out for Ulster in this position.
Yeah, it really isn't a great kick whatsoever between the 10-meter line and the 22.
Okay. Oh, done well here, Stormers.
Yeah, they've won the line out. They decided to play it out, which is an interesting decision, sending it up, giving the ball straight back to Ulster. Plenty of time here for Ulster to run. Kicks the ball down.
Now we're getting back to fucking Stormers.
Poor kick there, really poor kick. Stormers looking for the space in behind. Comfortable though for McCluskey. Here comes Mike Lowry. He's looked really lively today.
Yes,
tackle. Tackle. So penalty here to Ulster. Chance to send this one down.
Come on.
This has got to be a good kick from Billy Burns. We're heading towards the final 4 minutes. It's got to be a good kick.
Come on, Billy.
You don't want to risk too much, do you, either? The camera angle hasn't changed.
What the heck?
Camera angle changes here, though, for Ulster. We'll let you know as they come through. It was a high tackle. I don't know what he's complaining about.
Exactly. Dave Shannon's come on for John Cooney, and Mick Carney's come on for, if it's either Alan O'Connor or is it Treadwell or Sam Connor?
I think it is Treadwell. I think Treadwell is the one who's left the pitch. Yeah, it is, I think. Really good kick from Billy Burns into the 22. So about 17 metres out. Line out here to Ulster.
Come on, Ulster.
Yeah, Carney is on for Treadwell. That is the change.
You just hope that this line out goes well, though.
That's the thing. Just secure the ball and then go from there. That's the most important thing, you feel. And driving line out has the driving maul, has worked really well for Ulster today. So if they can capitalise on that,
it has. Yeah, well, I don't.
So we're heading towards the final 3 minutes. 3 points in it.
Oh yes.
Ulster line out, and the players can't seem to work out where they're meant to be standing. Line out won by Ulster. That's the first job they needed to do.
Come on, Ulster.
Driving maul
I think at this point, if you get the penalty and then you take the draw, I would take it.
Yeah.
So also just gotta keep calm here. Don't do anything stupid. Go on, Tom.
They finally get it out. Lovely step inside. Up to 5 metres out here for Ulster. They need the quick ball. They get it. Has that been knocked on? I don't think so. A metre short here for Ulster. Chance for them. Can they get this ball?
Come on,
where's it gone?
Come on.
I don't even know where the ball is.
Yes! Come on!
Ulster scored! Ulster have scored! Oh, I don't know if there's a knock on in the build-up or not. I think they're going to have a look at it. But Ulster might have snatched the victory from the jaws of death here.
Well, if it wasn't knocked on and they get the try, what a way to do it.
We're going to have to have a look at it here. There was one moment where I thought it might have been knocked on.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're even going to have a look at it. 2 minutes on the clock, though. What has happened to the...
Hold on, let me hear the commentary, hear what they're saying. They're not looking at the previous knock on, no?
No, it looks like it's going to be absolutely fine here. Oh, has he dropped it?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know on the finish there. Did he drop it? They might have to have a look. They're going to have a look at it here.
Oh, no.
They're going to have a look at it here. Has he dropped it?
Fuck's sake.
Has he dropped it when he's put it down? They're going to have a look at it here. This is massive. With a minute and a half left.
Seriously?
I think he might have, you know. My initial reaction. Let's have a look here. Has he dropped it? Has he grounded it and it's hit someone's leg as he put it down?
Oh no. He's dropped it.
He's dropped it. It's not going to count. This is not going to count for Ulster. It's not going to be a try. Yeah, I'm confident that he's dropped this. Or, yeah, I think he has dropped that, hasn't he? I don't think this score is going to count for Ulster. I'm pretty confident he's dropped this one.
I don't get how the referee would have saw that knock on. It's a clear knock on. Why did he not? How the referee not fucking see it?
And the problem is that the clock has been ticking while
Like,
waiting.
He's literally there. He could see it and even knocked on. Why did he raise it for a try?
Yeah, and the thing is, the clock's been ticking, so it's wasted a minute.
Jesus Christ.
Thinking that happened.
No, look here. No, look here. The referee surely has to see him knocked in it on. Look, it's not even guaranteed to put it down in the first place. How has the referee not seen that?
Yeah,
I'm talking from a rugby perspective now.
Yeah, he's directly looking at it, isn't he? So, wasted a minute. I mean, I don't know what they're continuing to look for here. I mean, it's very clearly been knocked
Get
on.
Off, it's not a try. It's not a try.
What's he waiting for?
Hold on, man. Hold on.
I have no idea what the ref, folks, is waiting here for, but it's clearly not a try. Whether they're trying to determine whether it was a slap down potentially from the Stormers number 20, I don't know if that's what they're looking at. Because if he slapped it out of his hand, they could potentially have a look at that, but...
Yeah, have a look scrum to Stormers.
Scrum to Stormers. I don't know why they took so long to decide that, but no try to Ulster. Still, though, minute and a half to go.
Well, look,
Stormers still leading.
Now, in this situation, I would think that if Ulster are going to try to turn over the scrum and get a penalty and kick it over the points and get a draw. Get the draw.
Yeah.
Because it guarantees you to go 1 point ahead of Leinster anyway.
So scrum here then to Stormers. Stormers scrum has looked pretty solid, so Ulster are going to have to hold their own here.
I don't know why what Alan O'Connor is complaining about here, but it's a clear knock on.
The problem with it, though, is that it's a clear knock on. We've all seen it. But the ref has taken way too long to review it. But not just that.
What's going on? What's the referee doing?
I'm not sure what is going on here. I don't think the Ulster players are happy. I don't think anyone is particularly happy. What's he looking at here? The ref is having a look at something here. We'll wait for Stephen to let us know. The Italian ref is having a look at something else, whether there's something potentially that he wants to have a look at in the build-up.
Wow. Scrum for Ulster.
It was not. I thought there was a slap down in there. Slap down in there from Stormers. So it is going to be a scrum here to Ulster, 5 meters out.
Jesus Christ, it's all madness.
So it is going to be a scrum here to Ulster instead. 5 meters out with a minute and a half left on the clock. I mean, we're taking about 5 minutes to actually have a look at this scrum and whether this is going on.
Yeah, you have to blame the TMOs for this. They called the decision it's a scrum for Stormers. Then it's okay. Yeah. Then they have to relook it again. Surely they have to keep looking at that situation then, if that's the case.
Yeah.
So
it is going to be a scrum here to Ulster, I think. That's what we're hearing.
Oh, yeah. There's the arm from Stormers.
Yeah, there's the knock on. Yeah, it's been knocked on. So it's going to be a 5 meter scrum.
How did we not see that firstly? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, 5. Well, I said it. I think there's been a slap down here from the Stormers guy. Whether, though, the only thing you could say is if that's been knocked on by the Stormers guy, has the Ulster guy put it down for a try? As if it is an advantage? Could this even be a yellow? I don't think it'll be a yellow.
What is he doing?
Has he changed his mind again?
What the fuck are you doing?
I think he's changed his mind again.
Seriously? Oh my god. Confident referee.
And he said now it's an Ulster knock-on.
You are fucking having a laugh.
He's got that horribly wrong.
Jesus Christ.
I have no idea what he's seen there, the referee.
Jesus Christ. No. After looking at the replay, the Stormers player just doing that. No. What the?
I have no idea what's happened there. We are going to have a scrum here, though, folks. We are heading towards the final plays here.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I agree. I have no idea what he's seen there. The fact that he's taken 5 minutes to really have a look at that situation is... not sure about that. But scrum here, though, to the Stormers.
Call that out. I don't care. Call that out. That referee's a disgrace.
Yeah, it's a very, very poor call. Good scrum here from Ulster, though.
Move. Is it
the
though?
Push comes on from the Stormers,
no,
though.
It's not. It's fucking
penalty to the Stormers. And a chance here for Stormers to clear their lines. I think the ref's got a couple of calls wrong there, but it looks like Stormers are going to see this one out with about 40 seconds on the clock, and they'll take their time with this kick. 30 seconds to go now. I mean, there's going to be time to take the line out. Ulster are going to have to steal the line out. There's no other option at this point.
Jesus Christ, man.
And the Stormers do kick it downfield and reach touch.
This is why you need neutral refs, apparently. Jesus Christ.
So line out here then to the Stormers. They've got to secure their ball. That's the first thing, though. But if they do, they'll be able to just kick it straight off here.
I don't think so. It's no.
So line out to the Stormers. Can they secure their ball here? If Ulster steal it, though.
Well done.
Oh, stolen by Ulster. Brilliant steal. So we carry on here. 3 points in it. Ulster on the 10-metre line.
But it's going to be more harder because Stormers are really going to defend this.
Yeah. Oh, lovely ball inside from McCluskey. Up to the 10-metre line again. Billy Burns gives it in here. Ulster continuing to try and move forward here. Dwayne Vermeulen carries. Ball out wide. There's space out wide here.
No, not going anywhere.
I mean, Ulster playing for the penalty really here, you feel.
Yes, yeah, I know. Jesus, man.
Oh, that's a huge tackle coming in there on Michael Lowry.
They're really going backwards, Ulster.
Yeah, really going backwards here. Problem was, the position you were in was in kickable territory. This is just not now.
Nope. It really isn't.
And Ulster are going to have to try and build from their own 10-metre line here.
I just still can't get over that referee decision.
Yeah, baffling. Absolutely baffling decision.
And there you go, penalty for Stormers.
And penalty there to the Stormers, and that will be the game. And Stormers will have managed to win here. But question marks will be asked on the referee's decision, the TMO's decision.
Yeah.
I mean, some of you, even in the comments, the Stormers fans are admitting that the referee definitely wasn't the right call. Similar to the ref in the Rugby World Cup 2015 match with Scotland and Australia. What are you doing? Referee just screwed Ulster twice. And Stormers kick it off. And that is the full-time whistle. Stormers win here by 23 points to 20. I mean, all the talk, of course, at the end of the game is going to be about the referee, but we won't talk about that quite yet. What do you make of the performance on the whole from Ulster?
Yeah, I think Ulster just they in the first half they were really undercooked from what the Stormers were doing. You know what I mean? And the fair play to Ulster, they really kicked it on in the second half and they really tried. You know what I mean? Which is good. It's good to see. But like just Stormers. I'm not gonna get. I'm sure we'll get into the penalty decision. But like the reality is, Stormers came out on top and they got the win. You know, fair play to them.
Yeah, I thought Stormers were very, very good in the first half, very physical. Ulster dominated the second half on the whole, to be honest, I thought. And probably, Probably Stormers just about deserving the win, probably just about. But that decision at the end from the ref, personally, I think he's got it wrong. But as Andrew says, shoe is on the other foot. It happens. Some people get the call, some people don't get the call. Grant says, I'll happily take that win. All Leinster need to do now is win. Of course, they take on Connacht later on tonight. We're going to be doing a watch-along for that one. Andrew says, can't wait for my team, the Sharks. They're, of course, playing against Edinburgh. Can we expect a reaction on the channel from you, Stephen?
Oh yeah, yeah. There's gonna be a reaction, definitely, and I'm gonna get my thoughts and views known about the performance and also what happened at the end of the game there. Should be
absolutely. So what I'm going to do now then is I'm going to drop a link to Stephen's channel once again in the chat. Head over there after this and subscribe and listen to his reaction. And I'll drop a link into the chat right now. So head over there and subscribe. Great channel. I'll drop it in there now. Jesus, can't speak.
Well done.
That's good.
Yeah.
So link is in the chat for Stephen's channel. So do head over there and subscribe. And then don't forget, later today, 7:25 UK time. That's 9:25 if you're in South Africa. We're going to do Connacht against Leinster live on the channel. So I'm going to drop a link to that also in the chat. And you can head over there and hit the reminder on that. In fact, if you're watching on YouTube, it'll automatically load into that when we're done here. So you can set your reminder on there. The link is in the chat there on Facebook and YouTube. Commiserations to you, Stephen. And as Andrew says, you guys must be proud. Ulster came close. Well done. I think Ulster, over this period, since January, have probably put in the best performance of any Northern Hemisphere side. And there were really, really good moments. It will be a rant, I'm sure, from you, Stephen. And we'll hear what
you have to win, see, and see what I feel, sir.
Exactly. So head over to Stephen's channel and subscribe. We're going to leave it there. Congratulations to Stormers fans. Commiserations to Ulster. I'll see you later for the Leinster against Connacht watch on live from 7:25. Until then, take it easy.